Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your March Soul session. I'm Princess India. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards. We're going to be looking at an overall energy as well as a challenge. And then we're going to be getting into a more specific spread to look at what's going on. Let's go with that. For you all in the month of March. Go ahead and pick those. Let me move my mouse. Okay, so your overall energy for the month of March. Interesting. We have the Hanged Man. Wait, let me cover my face. Okay. Or maybe that's not going to work. It was working earlier. Okay, there it is. The Hanged Man. You guys who've been with me for some time know I forgot what zodiac sign this was with, so I just started saying Cancer, Pisces, and Aquarius. So whatever resonates. So what this kind of says for me, Virgo, is in the month of March, you guys are more or less in a paused place, if you will. You guys are in a time of self-reflection. I would say something that would behoove you. It's for the goal of March to be personal accountability. I really see the Hanged Man as a personal accountability card. So it's more or less like taking some time to step back, to look at decisions that you've made, to look at choices that you've made, what's influenced those choices and how those things have more or less led you to where it is that you are presently. That's even more imperative in the event that you guys may find yourself in a space in the month of March where, I mean, you could feel trapped, if you feel trapped or stuck or disillusioned, or you just feel kind of lost and not really sure how to chart forward or how it is that you want to chart forward. The first step that would behoove you all is, taking accountability for, wherever it is in your life at present. There's choices and decisions that were made that led you to that particular place. Seeing if there's anything that can be done differently to circumvent that. And that should allow you to gain clarity on how to move forward. Now, your challenge, interesting. This card is stalking everyone, it seems. We have the 6 of Cuppies. So the challenge, more or less, that's pretty much what it is that I was saying, in all honesty. It's more or less looking at the lighter side of things. If you need inspiration to know how to chart forward, it's more or less reconnecting with, I wouldn't necessarily go back as far as childhood, but I mean, if that's relevant for you, then sure. But it's more or less going back to like a past desire or inspiration. Like, what makes your heart sing? What sets your soul on fire? What is it that you truly desire? Or if you feel that you're a bit disillusioned with your past at present, it's taking some time to think about, like, what was my plan here? What was my ultimate end goal? Or what was it that I was trying to reach? Like, what is all of this for in so many words? And if any way, shape, form, or fashion, you've kind of deviated from what that desire was, it's more or less taking that desire, right? And then where it is that you are now. And like, I'm seeing it in my head as like a math equation, you know what I mean? So it's like taking the larger number and then subtracting the smaller number, and then you getting the answer, which is like the difference between those two extremes. My clairvoyance is weird, y'all, don't judge me. But it's more or less that's how I'm seeing this energy. It's looking at where it is that you are now, where it is that you were, meaning in the sense of like when you had that desire to start this particular path, and using the difference between the two to chart what needs to be done to get you to where it is that you ultimately want to go. So it more or less feels to me that Virgos have kind of gotten off track a little bit. So it's kind of more or less to recognize where you are and to get back to where it is that you were desiring to go. So getting into you guys more specific, spread your central energy, the card representing you guys in March. Interesting. We have the 3 of Cuppies. I have to remember to cover my face. We have the 3 of Cuppies, your past influence. Interesting. We have the 8 of Coins. I can see where this is going. You guys above energy, potential outcome. Oh, wow. We have the Hierophant in the reverse. That is Taurus energy. Your hidden influence is the 8 of Cuppies in the reverse. And what to look out for moving forward. Interesting. We have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. That's very much hamster wheel energy for me. So what it is that I am seeing here, my wonderful Virgos, with this 3 of Cups representing you guys in some sense or another. And this is interesting what I'm getting for this before I say the other thing. I feel there's a need to celebrate yourself, to be honest. Regardless of any decisions that you made, there's a need to celebrate your successes. And that goes to my definition of success. Like, my definition of success is if you look at where it is that you were and where it is that you are now and what it is that you did in between that to get to, so we're speaking about difference again, but looking at what it is that you did to get to where it is that you are, that within itself is success. It's not necessarily about reaching a certain level or having a certain status or what have you. Because I feel when we approach life from that perspective, there's less time in the meantime, in between time to celebrate ourselves, you know, and we ultimately end up falling into this humdrum way of being where we're only living life for the destination and completely neglecting the journey, because, you know, we only see success as, you know, the accolades or those statuses that we're, you know, fighting every day to achieve. So there's really nothing to celebrate in that meantime. And then when you kind of sit back and look at your life, you're only seeing these tiny, minute moments in the midst of a bunch of life that wasn't ever really lived, just for those small successes, you know? So I want to say that first. Now, the second thing I feel, alternative perspectives can be helpful for you as well this month. If you guys have been kind of self-isolating, I feel it would behoove you to kind of connect or reconnect with friends rather, because and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but well, not really, because both of these cards are kind of mirror reflections of each other to me. But anywho, looking at this 8 of coins that's in your past influence, so like your energy coming into March from February with this 8 of coins, that's really saying to me, I feel you guys have been like very much fixated on a particular end goal or a success or an accomplishment, almost to your detriment in a sense, because it's almost like having neglected everything else that's going on in service to the particular end goal, right? Because the whole thing is you're looking forward to this particular success, you know? So anything else like that journey in between doesn't really matter. So I feel that you guys have been heavily working because your end goal is to get to this particular success. And it's almost like the mindset that, you know, I can't remember the colloquialism for it, but it's almost like the long suffering in a sense, like it'll be worth it in the end kind of deal, you know? And going back to this 3 of Cups, that could have a lot to do with you guys kind of isolating or distancing yourself from, you know, loved ones, friends, what have you, because the thought is like, I'm just trying to get to this particular end goal. However, with this 8 of Cups and the reverse that's in you guys' hidden influences, this kind of says to me that, you know, old habits die hard, right? So this kind of says to me, this is like a cyclical kind of pattern that Virgo finds themselves in a lot of times. You may find yourself in this hanged man position and going to this 10 of Wands, the thought, like the takeaway is like, work harder, right? It's like, I'm not where it is that I want to be, or I don't like this particular, you know, situation or circumstance that I'm in. So the answer is work harder, do more, right? To get to where it is that I want to be. But again, that still comes back to the fact that the foundation for the Virgos that resonate with this, the foundation of everything is that you're literally living for that destination. And that's what I feel is something that needs to change, because it's more or less, it's making your life more difficult in the process, because I feel what this hangman would be saying, it's almost like feeling like hollow, if I could say it that way. It's like that's that suspended state. It's like, I'm working all the time, or I'm studying all the time, and I'm doing all of these things, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to get to this particular status that, I'm desiring to be at. But I feel the thing that's missing with that is, enjoyment, play, fraternizing, community, connecting with people. It feels like a very hollow kind of existence, because it's almost like putting things off until tomorrow, if you will. Like the thought of, and I can say from personal experience, I've fallen into that before, where it's like, I'll have fun, once I achieve this particular thing. But it's like, because I'm working towards this particular thing, I don't have time to, fraternize and gallivant, if you will, And the whole thing is in life, we need to have balance, because you're going to ultimately burn yourself out. And the sad thing about it is, whenever you achieve a goal, it multiplies into more. That's like the great illusion of life. There's some people, like back in the day, who worked their entire lives just to retire. And then when they retired, it's just like, and I mean, if you even make it that far, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's out of the question for us, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, it's like, you did all of that, like, for what? And it's if you even make it that far, you know what I mean? If you were to dedicate your entire life to achieving some particular goal, and you were unalive today, then what was it all really for? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a human pride type of thing that we fall into, because we will sacrifice enjoying life in the present moment in hopes of enjoying life one day somewhere out there in the future, right? When our future isn't even promised. So that's simultaneously a statement that's saying, I believe that I'm still going to be alive and able-bodied when I achieve said goal, but whoever guaranteed that to us? You know what I mean? So in reality, tomorrow isn't promised. And I feel what this is really saying to my Virgos is there's a need to come back to the present moment and allow yourself to enjoy every day. Now, me being a person who's obsessed with doing and working, my Mars is in Capricorn, so I love working. Working is literally fun for me, and has a ton of things that I want to achieve with the time that I have on planet Earth. I get that. But it's imperative to learn like work-life balance. Like it's imperative to, like shoot the shit, call in sick, take a mental health day, go get a massage. Like it's imperative to engage in those things from time to time, because it's needed. All of those things contribute to your overall wellness and mental health, So it can seem like, a waste of time, or that it's not going to put a drop in the bucket of what it is that, you're trying to achieve, but you don't want to end up setting yourself up for the okie doke. You know what I mean? Where, like I said, with this 10 of Wands, you end up on the hamster wheel of life. You look around and you see that you're not where it is that you want to be. And your thought is work harder, like this 8 of Pentacles here. But you never took the time to stop, to take a step back, to look at the bigger picture and realize that you were on a hamster wheel. So therefore, you're not going anywhere. No matter how fast you run, you are still going to be in the same place, right? So I feel this is more or less a statement to reconvene with yourself and to rediscover why it is that you're doing this. Because I feel in some sense or another, like you guys have lost sight of that in a sense, in some context, you've lost sight of the why, you know what I mean? Or the enjoyment in it. And the only thing that's really left is, just the goal. It's like just achieving the thing. That's the only thing that's really left. But it's like the passion behind it, in so many words, has been lost. And like I said, with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, I feel that this is something that's like a program, if you will, like a subconscious program that's kind of been running underneath all of this. So I don't really feel this is the first time that you guys have ended up in this particular situation. You know what I mean? And even with this Hierophant in the reverse being you guys' potential outcome, I feel that's more or less the byproduct if this advice was not heeded. I mean, not necessarily my advice. I'm just reading energy signatures. So I'm just pulling down things that are just hovering over your little auric field. You know what I'm saying? So I look at this as an energetic suggestion for things that you guys would be encountering in the month of March. But because I'm looking at this Hierophant, and like the vibe I'm getting is almost like a rebellion, but the rebellion is to the natural order of things. You know what I'm saying? Like work-life balance is a real thing, but it's the thought of, if I skimp on, fraternizing and gallivanting, then I have more time for work. If I have more, and I'm saying this hypothetically, if it is work for you, but it's like if I spend more time on work, then I get more things accomplished. If I get more things accomplished, then I can get to the end goal in a shorter period of time. And the whole key is here, looking at your below energy as well as your above energy. These two energies are working counterintuitive to each other, and they're creating the circle, right? The hamster wheel that I'm talking about in this 10 of Wands, which is why one would find themselves in overall energy being the hanged man, right? Because it's this cumbersome, stuck kind of energy, right? The challenge is to tap back into your emotional space, because that's what's going to kind of break this proverbial prison that my Virgos are stuck in, right? Like that's really what it is that's going to set you free. It's getting back to the true nature of your why. Like, what are you doing all of this for, and balancing that out by, actually enjoying life, as opposed to it being all about what that ultimate end goal is. So I hope and pray that that's making sense. So I'm going to pull an oracle for you guys from the Quantum Oracle, because I've been pulling one for everyone. So let's see what other message we can give you guys. Okay, for the month of March. I guess y'all get two because you're special, Virgo, my fellow earth sign. Okay, the first card that we have, oh, isn't that something? It is Present Power in the reverse. And then, interesting, then we have Discovery. And that is a consciousness card, which is, of course, is speaking to mindset, and an intention card, which, of course, is speaking to our intuitive, intangible side. So let's see here. Consciousness. Let me put my finger where intention is so I can go there afterwards. Okay, consciousness. All right, that's number 2. Okay, so in the reverse, Present Power, it says, when this card is reversed, the man falls off his pedestal and loses control of the beastly concerns about the past and future. Time, plans, and even daily life can seem out of control. This indicates a loss of balance. Child, I might be psychic or something. A loss of balance and even feelings of powerlessness for you. Perhaps a difficult issue or person from your past has resurfaced, child. I mean, the 6 of Cups is here. That is possible. That makes me look at this totally different, child. Let me find out, Virgo, that somebody from your past, like you was just on your journey, just living your best life, minding your business, and all of a sudden somebody from your past just popped up and just threw a whole wrench in your plans. That would be interesting. Y'all let me know if that's the case in the comments, because just kind of looking over these cards, let me see. Hold on a second. Wait. Yeah. If this is somebody from your past, I'll say this real quick before I finish this. If this is someone from your past, because since love messages have been sneaking into my soul sessions, if this is someone from your past that comes back into your life, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a good deal. Like, say if you're a Virgo and you were like, I mean, I kind of resonate with this, but not really, because, I don't really feel stuck right now. But there's a person from your past that came back into your life, and kind of the trajectory that you were on, this is kind of reminding me of Cancer's reading a little bit. The trajectory that you were on, like you were pretty clear about what you were doing, but now with this person coming back into the picture, and it feels more to me like a person moving back into town. Like if it was a person who did not live, like they used to live there, but they moved away and they moved back type of deal. So this person comes back. So you had a clear picture of what it is that you were going to do with your life before this person left. But now that they're back, it's like you're kind of second guessing things. You know what I'm saying? So with this 8 of Pentacles, you were in a headspace where you were all focused on work, and your end goal. You know what I'm saying? And now this person comes and it's like, now you're all nostalgic and you're like, oh my gosh, I remember the good times, like all the things, right? But the thing I'm seeing with this Hierophant in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and then going into the Ten of Wands, this person would greatly disappoint you. And I said that with another sign too. I can't remember who else it was that came out with love. Was that Gemini? No, Gemini was like a one that got away kind of vibe. I think it was Cancer that I said that with. But anywho, but the thing I feel with this particular person though, they're non-committal, and you would end up repeating the same cycle that you did with them, before. But I just feel they're giving the course of your path. And the thing I've been seeing, I think I'm frozen, but all the things I've been seeing with the soul session so far, it's like, and I have to go look this up astrologically, there's like a cycle that's wrapping up for people. And I've been telling people when this comes up to look at your pattern app, if you have that app, and look at like the cycles that are closing like within the next couple of days, week, or month, because I feel a lot of these are kind of speaking to that, of cycles that are wrapping up for the signs or whatever, and to be kind of cognizant of that to help, guide you in your decisions, because there is the potential to repeat a cycle. But like I said, repeating cycles isn't bad because it just means you haven't learned the lesson, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, Spirit's not going to let you go to a new cycle ill-equipped when you haven't learned the lesson. But it's an opportunity to kind of step off the proverbial hamster wheel, if you will. So that's a little side note. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Perhaps a difficult issue or person from your past has resurfaced. Whether it's a minor annoyance or a major disruption, it's disturbing your momentum. There could also be a future plan that is falling apart, or worries about the future that may be consuming you. Urgency has gotten you turned upside down. Ha, hashtag hangman, just saying. And you are desperately trying to regain control. You must reclaim your power now. Bring your mind back to the present where your true strength lies. Take any necessary action and remember the power of choosing trust, optimism, and appreciation. By bringing these energies to the here and now, you can finally heal the past, create happiness in the present, and forge the exciting new future you long for and deserve. Affirmation. This present moment is my source of power. I release any worries about the past or future, and I choose peace right now. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love this. That was perfect. Now, the second card is Discovery, and it says unexpected happy developments. A man is mining for gold. He has been panning and searching for quite some time. But despite his diligent work, he has not found the treasure that has lain beyond his reach until now. Get ready. A time of discovery is opening up for you. New ideas and new energy will help to bring forth a goal you've been working on. Child, I might be psychic. Although there may be more painstaking work involved, this card is telling you that a positive resolution is at hand. Keep your eyes and your mind open, for you may actually stumble on an unexpected discovery or idea that brings great value to your life. Many options can lead you in exciting directions. You may be introduced to someone who resonates with your heart. A job offer may come your way, or you may come across a book, video, or spiritual practice that is helpful in your daily life or business. This is a very auspicious time. New ideas, information, and exciting new connections are vibrating all around you. A gold mine of discovery awaits. And the affirmation is, wonderful new discoveries are waiting for me. I open myself to new ideas and great new results. And I feel that's why this is coming up, you guys, because it's more or less highlighting where it is that you guys are, which is like out of alignment in a sense. Not a bad thing. We all get there. But it's like not being in control of your power and more or less being like disempowered or in service to, this goal that, we're not like heart connected to, that we don't have a why for anymore, right? So it disempowers us to just be a workhorse to do to get to the thing. You feel what I'm saying? And that's bringing it to your awareness with this hangman to be personally accountable about it. And it's like, oh, wow, okay, this is what I'm doing. Let me kind of change it up so that you can free up and open up that energy and be receptive to this discovery energy. It kind of opens you up to kind of rechart your path, or to rethink what it is that you're doing and change paths entirely, or to innovate on the one that you're currently on. So overall, that looks pretty good for me. So my wonderful Virgos, that has been your soul session for March. Most definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, I love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. And you know what I just realized, Virgo? This is so interesting. With all the soul sessions that I've done so far, I have not had trouble ending the stream. So, I figured I'd just hang out a little, say, hey, how you doing? No awkwardness here. Please, broccoli and cheese, emojis in the chat, or, in the comments. So I'm just going to hang out. That's interesting. That's so weird. Like, y'all are what, number 7? That's crazy. So I'm just here because I want to be, not because I have to be. But I don't want to hold you up. So anyway, I love your face.